shoot you in the face. Is that a good enough clearance for you? How's it alive?
Security clearance required.
Blue security, blue security clearance required. Okay, it looks like I don't have the huddle. Because we don't have the Walkman, we can't call the huddles.
Of course I think we'll win. We're the Gardeners.
All right. Ah, yes, the Gardeners of the Galaxy. Oh, yes, Rocket. Oh, this will be a nice big group. Go, do that. Now blow them up with that.
Formation drills again.
Yes. Oh, nice combo.
These guys.
Oh, don't burn me. That's not nice. I said I'd free you, demon, but I didn't say I'd let you live. This game has a lot of variety, a lot of choices, and a lot of consequences. Actually, for 2009, this is why it was one of the most amazing games that BioWare has ever made. Alright, Shale. Can we activate Shale? Hello. Are you going to keep calling me it?
Yes, very likely.
Alright, well, you're welcome to come with me.
Are you certain you want to bring that thing with us?
There's so much innuendo. In your endo. Shale hates birds.
You, no life of your own.
We both place others above ourselves. I happen to do it clothed.
You're splitting hairs, but wishing someone would split yours.
I've had enough of your loose lips. Like many, I'm sure.
Oh, touche.
Amazing.
Prig.
Slattern!
That's Slattern.
I might put this back on track.
Amazing. That was fantastic.
It's hopeless. The whole world is fucked.
Did that child just say that when I checking the females as well? Because women can be stalkers too. Didn't get to junk punch anyone for you, Grizz. Sorry about that. Yes, I love the passive for the short circuit because every time you crit someone with any kind of attack.
Am I missing something?
They also copy short circuit. It is awesome. But then sometimes I just get reckless like this and I just sort of waltz around like it ain't no thing. I think we can all agree we all want more Jackie, right?
Órale, prepárate, culera. Que ya te cayó la verga.
You're down and you're down.
It was her, the lady in pink, breaker of hearts.
That's great. I love Johnny's narration. That's so good. You Pargante. Yes, we are a hero. We do good things. Come on, let me do some murder time. Oh, thank you. So you just ran in and just went pew, 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 and took them all out. Zap him, shoot him in the face, lots of damage. Good fun. I've got the game on hard difficulty at the moment too. They're like Morpheus's glasses. That's what he's got. He's just got these clip-ons. When you're dodging, you're not detectable. Oh, I did not know that. Down you go. Sit down. You sit down. Let me heal up. I said, sit down. I don't need a key. I'm a rip this bish. So, Quartz, you came home to find that your cat had broken into the breakfast cereal. Here we go. Teamwork. Come on. Oh, knocked down again. Oh, I got pounced by both of them. Venom's dog has got maximum stealing skill. Oh, Armored Ogre Alpha. Oh, that's pretty serious. There we go. Crowd control for the win. Alrighty. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone. This is Nerdedness. I'm Shade. How are you doing? We are almost back into a semi-normal streaming routine. It's always going to be a bit crazy this time of year, and it's going to be a little bit more random as we ramp up to Christmas, but we'll see how we go. We'll probably keep doing Starfield for a little bit longer, and then we'll start kicking on with a new game or another game. Vasco's making some noise. Into maybe just before or just after Christmas. So chat to us and contribute on our Discord server if you'd like to hear what's coming up or have a say in what we might get into next. It's a few good games on the cards. So many games, so little time. But tonight what we are doing is we're going to go and tackle Operation Starseed, and I kicked this off a few weeks ago before Shattered Space, and I thought, in between streams, just on my own. But that sounds, I don't know what this is, let's check it out. I get there, and it started to be a bit weird, and then another character started talking about some stuff. I'm like, oh, this sounds too interesting to leave off stream. We're going to do it on stream. So I loaded the save, did other stuff, and now we're going to have a crack again. For my crew today, I have Lyria set up. So she is one of the paid mods, paid mod followers. Seems pretty good. Been pretty happy with her so far. We've got Sammy here because we haven't used him at all yet in a playthrough, and I just want to get some affinity up with him, and plus he's just a cool dude. And then Vasco. So I'm using the updated version of the Gangs All Here mod, which allows multiple followers. I'm going to see how it goes with 3. These games are designed to have one and one alone, and so when you get multiple, it can bring an imbalance and some clunkiness. So let's see how it goes. Anyway, let us get going. Let us start traveling to this location. Set course to Charybdis? Charwhite? I have no idea. We don't have enough jump capacity to jump that far. Alright, well then let's jump to this one. See how that goes. Midnight Tabby, so your boss doesn't want to be responsible for actually teaching. Yeah, that's what I was saying, because it's easier to get them to read a manual instead. Yep, that's going to be a great start for whoever comes next, isn't it? Poor management, poor leadership. Alright, let's jump to this planet. Let's go. And let's just see what happens tonight. I don't really have any other plans apart from that. Hopefully we get a bit of dialogue, bit of action, bit of cool or funny storytelling. I don't know. Let's just see.
Ha! Ooh, we're here. Hot off the stellar slide.
Thanks, Barrett, for that commentary. So I think you picked this up just by randomly traveling through certain systems or something. Anyway, we're going to mark down here because we hear a distress call. So let's go down and see what the distress is. And oh, that's not supposed to happen. We've spawned underneath the ship. Wow, that's not a great start to this quest, which is in the base game. Must be just a really small landing zone, perhaps. Fortunately, we can console out of it, but really shouldn't have to. Our party should be able to just phase through it, or they'll catch up. I've lost Lyria. And the weather is setting in to be not so great. Follow control. Bing, bong, bong, bing. Oh, there she is. Oh, I've got a weird thing where she goes invisible because I've put chameleon on her armor, and then she does an un-chameleon.
Good to see ya. Anything? Have a nice day.
Okay, let's just continue. She'll turn back to normal at some stage. So Midnight Tabby, with how much you put into the damn thing, anyone could read it and do the job, as you don't half-ass stuff. So, well, that's good. So you've done what you can for the new person who will be starting. Good on you. What a legend. Oh, this is... What happens if I save... and just get to menu and restart. Is Lyria going to be normal again? I believe this is still a problem. I thought a lot of these weird graphical bugs have been fixed, but apparently not. Load us in, please. Anytime now. Alright, off we go. Come on, game, you're not helping me sell the idea to those who haven't played it, that it actually is some good stuff in here. So, I mean, not even despite your efforts, it's still not going to save the replacement of Rude Awakening, but it's not your problem. Well, that's it. You can't fix everything. And now Vasco hasn't loaded. Wow. That's also a common problem. Oh, well. Leary is back, and Sammy is broken. When this happens, the fix is to restart the entire game, which is dumb. Fortunately, it's quite rare. But I think it's still related to the original game bug where it didn't load plugin references properly. So once you had more plugins, aka mods, originally we'd just run out of address space because they weren't being indexed or loaded correctly. So it was wasting lots of slots or address space. That's been fixed, so now everything does load, but occasionally things don't load, like the visual things don't load. Now this can happen a bit now still when you install a new mod or creation, usually creation because it's in the game, inside the game, then it does a little engine restart to load whatever you've installed from the creations menu, whether it's a paid mod or a free mod. And then you get the stuff disappearing like we just saw. The fix is to, whenever you change your load order or you install a new creation through the creations menu, the fix is what you need to do is exit fully and fully restart the game. Same applies to Xbox, and that will fix it. Maybe one day it'll all work properly. Anyway, we've got our color-coordinated team. Let's go and see what is happening over here. Tobias.
Human of unknown origin detected. Designated outsider. This is an undisclosed secret location. Please identify purpose or depart.
Identify purpose. Well, what is this place exactly?
Outsider is not part of plan. End of inquiry.
End of inquiry. All right. Well, I received your distress call.
Acknowledging receipt of emergency request. Explanation deemed acceptable. Clearance granted to Crucible. Outsider will deliver 150 units of copper. Compensation will be dispensed.
Tobias, stand down. We have a visitor.
Reminder, deliver required material. End of conversation.
This
Rude.
is incredible. For so long we hoped for any visit, and the day has finally arrived.
Okay, well, what is this place?
Oh dear, that's a surprisingly tricky question. I'm probably not the person to answer it, but it is a genuine pleasure to meet you.
Alright, your robot needs to learn some manners.
Forgive Tobias. He only does what he is made to do. Your arrival is truly an historic one, but many fear what it portends. The societies have closed their doors and are arguing about what to do, while the rest hide to see which way the wind blows. Franklin would know what to do. He's the oldest among us. You should talk with him.
I shall. First I must...
Farewell,
Whoops.
outsider.
Hate it when that happens.
I still can't get over you. A visitor. Extraordinary. It feels...
Oh, I couldn't... I've got a stream stutter issues. Is it back to normal? Had an internet disruption for a moment there. Looks like we're okay again. I had an upstream issue for some reason. Apologies, let's continue. Thank you, Midnight Tabby, for pointing it out.
I've waited my whole life for this meeting.
Wasted your whole life for this meeting. Alright, we're going to meet Franklin. And And are you coming, Ada? Inaccessible. Alright, let's go and talk to Franklin. Nice suit.
When your ship landed, I feared the robots would shoot you on sight. I am greatly relieved that they let you enter our community. But you come during a delicate time. Everyone will seek to use your arrival to further their own ends.
So you don't control the robots?
No, we most certainly do not. Our relationship with them is a matter of some debate.
Okay, and you don't seek to use me to your advantage?
You ask a question you already know the answer to. Yes, of course. I have need of you. But if you have a good heart and a quick mind, I am sure you will see my point of view.
Of course. Meanwhile, the Italian Ace joins us in chat. How are you doing? Thank you for coming along. One of our fellow mod authors in the Starfield modding community. Thanks for dropping in. Alright, so Franklin, that's a weird old-timey outfit, and your accent is kind of odd.
Where to begin? Maybe an introduction? I am Franklin Delano Roosevelt, leader of the Pragmatist Society.
Roosevelt. I know I've heard that name before.
Well, it is gratifying that even after all these years, my name isn't entirely forgot. You see, I was an American president. Well, not literally, but in a sense I was. Everyone that lives here are clones. Some of us are clones of the greatest figures of history, and others, well, we don't rightly know. When we die, and some of us die quite often, we are brought back. I cannot imagine how strange this must sound to an outsider.
Yeah.
This has got to be one of my best days ever. Cora is going to go insane. Literally insane.
Alright, so the clones get brought back. So as soon as I heard him say there were clones when I was playing this, I quickly exited out so I didn't hear any more. Now I am completely blind going into what happens next. Midnight Tabby, feel like this dude could be from the Fallout games. Yeah, exactly. The accent and the outfit, everything suits perfectly, doesn't it? Oh, medicine. Let's use our medicine skills. So to have such advanced cloning technology is unheard of. So how is this?
Is it? I wish I could illuminate you on this. But we are as ignorant of the technology which brought us into being as we are of the outside world.
Okay, are you immortal then?
Not at all. I have had occasion to see death more than anyone. When someone dies, all they have accomplished here in Crucible, all of their deeds, thoughts, are gone. And when they come back, they are different, modified.
Ooh.
The believers say they are improved. Being reborn can take years, sometimes over a decade.
Oh.
But everyone comes back.
Is it a new clone each time? Okay. So are you a real president of the old United States of America?
Now there is the question, isn't it? I do not have FDR's memories, but I know every nuance of his life and times. Well, as much as history records. I confess, I feel an undeniable affinity towards him. But no, I am my own man, but not all of us see it that way.
Okie dokie. Alright, well, I want to know who you people are and what's going on.
I could see how confusing this may be, even frustrating. But if it's any consolation, many of us feel the same, and we live here. After decades, centuries, of trying to figure it out ourselves, there is so very much we don't know either. The robots clone us for a reason, their so-called mission. But what that is and what we should do about it is something the societies disagree about, sometimes violently. It's best you meet with the other societies, and after, I promise I'll explain the pragmatist's position on matters.
Right, okay. So what can you tell me about the so-called mission?
Well, it is one of the few concrete things we know about Crucible. If you want to truly know about the mission, the believers will tell you all about it. In fact, it can be hard to get them to stop talking about it. After you meet with them, I'll share my position.
The believers. Alright, well I can't wait to see who I meet next.
Be careful what you wish for. Word has been sent, so the street should be full again. There is more I would talk with you about, but I would not take advantage of your ignorance. Go speak with the Monirinas and Genghis Khan.
Genghis Khan. Right. And the Monirinas. Okay, well let's have a... Probably not worth poking around too much. So clones of historical figures. That's a pragmatist. Alright, so there's other unnamed NPCs as well. Pragmatists. Part of the Pragmatist Society. Am I going the right way? I am not. Alright.
Evidently prove they are untrustworthy.
I just wish you'd answer me straight once in a while.
Welcome to town, stranger.
Ooh.
Consider me part of the welcoming committee.
Hello.
The name's Wyatt Earp, and I'd be most pleased if you'd use one of the spare rooms during your stay. For a modest fee, of course.
Wyatt Earp. Okay. I didn't I thought Wyatt Earp was supposedly a sheriff.
He was, and I try to be. I do the best I can to uphold the law, but the societies make that difficult. I expect I've had as much success restraining Genghis as the Chinese did. I do what I can. Roosevelt and I are both of the same mind on that.
So you're a pragmatist then?
I'm for whatever side wants to keep the peace. It means that the pragmatists and I are often on the same side of things, but you might be surprised the number of times I've had to ask some of them to back off some nonsense.
Alright, well, let me know if I can help.
That's a generous offer. I might take you up on it. Well, I hope you enjoy your stay. And by the by, I may have access to some essentials I've picked up over the years. Happy to sell them to you.
Ooh. Is there a lot of crime here in Crucible?
It runs hot and cold. During usual times, it's an occasional scuffle, maybe a black eye when an argument gets out of hand, and then a society goes on a rampage and it's tombstone all over. I hope your arrival keeps things on an even keel.
We'll see. Show me what you got for sale.
Of course.
Show me what you got. Nothing. Alright, thanks.
You're always welcome back.
Thanks, Wyatt. More pragmatists. And who do we have here? Amelia Earhart.
Your ship. She's a beauty. It travels the stars, right?
It does.
Tell me, what's it like out there?
This is... I wonder how accurately they've tried to recreate the faces for the people. I have no idea what Amelia Earhart looked like, but that's not what I pictured, to be honest. Okie dokie. Well, I'm more interested in you, actually.
I don't know if that's flattery or curiosity. My name's Amelia Earhart. When I first woke up in this place, in my head, I knew all about my namesake, her life and her accomplishments. But I also knew how to fly a starship, reactor limits, Thrust acceleration, vectors, and everything. In my mind's eye, I can imagine flying out there, touching heaven itself. And yet, cruelly, here I sit.
I'm also terrible at history. I thought Amelia Earhart was American, so she was British, was she? Alright, so somehow this clone of a pioneer aviator from the 1900s sometime, I don't know when exactly it was, 1940, 34? No, I don't actually know. Anyway, what do you know about spaceflight?
The facility keeps us alive, fed, and protected, but they do a terrible job of informing us of anything at all. My guess is the facility thought they might need a pilot one day, but your guess is as good as mine.
Okay, well, I have a feeling this is going somewhere.
Am I that transparent? Listen, I know you owe me nothing at all, but I would do anything to get off of here. I know the societies want who knows what from you for who knows why, and I don't want to get involved in any politics. I just want, for my single self, a chance to explore.
She wants to explore. Are there any incentives to helping you?
I'd happily earn my way. Like I said, a lot of spacefaring know-how has been put in my head. Let's put it to good use, right?
Alright. Well, if I can help you, I will.
You won't regret it. Thanks. Do you want to talk about anything else?
Do you think you're the real Amelia Earhart?
No, I don't. I consider myself a most ardent admirer of hers. She feels like family. Distant family. I like to think we both share a kindred spirit of adventure, though. She broke so many barriers in her life. I would love the same opportunity one day.
So the accent isn't quite British. Is this... So, Samina Tabi, so Amelia Earhart was American. She's born in Kansas. Is this a Kansas accent? Or is the game just not accurate at all? I have no idea. Do you have any thoughts on the societies, Amelia?
I have a few choice, unchristian thoughts about some of them. But I'm going to stay out of it. Listen,
okay.
I'd understand you making any decision you have to regarding them. Any at all. I just hope you judge me separate. I don't wish harm on anyone. I just want to explore.
That's fair. I have to admit my mind went immediately to the gut when she said she had unchristian thoughts about some of them. Alright.
Thanks for your time.
Okay, thank you. I think you can recruit her as a follower, or as a crew member, which we will do whenever we can. It's a cross between American and English accent. Okay, cool.
I know Amon Arenas and the believers are fixing. You're free to assist them.
But if they all fail?
Then we will most likely die. All of us. Is that what you want to hear?
Is that all you have to say?
That's why our aims are so important. We need to learn how to do things for ourselves. How to defend, how to produce power, how to fix the plumbing, for God's sake.
Well, I tend to agree with him. Interesting to see where it goes. Who have we got up this end of camp?
You actually came from space.
We did. Amon Arenas.
I had hoped you would visit me. Good. Know that you stand before Queen Amanirinas of the Kush, queen of a dead kingdom on a dead world. But I earned my name, and even the sands of time cannot take it from me.
What's the Kush?
In truly ancient times, my land lay south of Egypt, a harsh country. History is enamored of my contemporary Cleopatra, but she would have withered and died had she tried to rule my land.
Interesting, okay. Well, nice to meet you, Your Majesty.
Your courtesy is appreciated, even though it rings hollow. My subjects are all dust. If you don't believe me, know you are not alone. Some clones deride me behind my back. I know this, but I feel in my bones. that I am a Manirinas for true. The great and the terrible. To those who would oppose me, I remember things no one has told me. Memories of faces, betrayers, lovers, allies, and enemies. And the smells. The right scent. And I close my eyes. And I can picture.
She can...
So vividly. It aches my heart. My home. My kingdom.
So she can... Well, they're all getting memories implanted somehow, right? So it's interesting that she's got memories so strong she kind of almost thinks they're hers. So how can you be so certain?
Have you no faith of your own? Something you hold to, even though it cannot be proven. It is the same with me. But I am certain. You speak to a Manirinas, reborn.
Manirinas reborn. Well, I'll withhold my judgment.
You are wise then. I know how it must sound. Once, I called upon mighty armies. However, on Crucible I still lead. Have you heard of the believers? Have you heard of the mission? We are the ones who will take our rightful place in these settled systems to bring in a new glorious age and break the endless cycles of oppression and greed.
Ooh, so the pragmatists are maybe the balanced ones. The believers are the ones who believe maybe that they are who they are clones of. What's the other faction going to be? So you really think you can come and change everything?
You are skeptical. My advisors thought the same when Augustus Caesar stood unbeatable at Kush's border. I made war against the mighty Romans. I took their cities and fought them to a draw. No other king or queen can boast of that honor against that famed Roman. And that's just me. Some of the greatest lions of all ages are awaiting rebirth. What are bureaucrats, petty politicians, and lawyers against that?
You tell me about the mission?
So many scoff at the mission. Before we are reborn here, there are words all of us are told. That we are the chosen. We are meant to better ourselves. To learn, grow, and thrive. All of us represent the greatest figures in our history. Who better to lead the settled systems to a new golden age?
I don't know, people that have actually modernized with the times, perhaps? Anyway, so you want me to help with this?
If we could do it ourselves, we would have, years ago. I do not care if you think my plan is insane. But what I want, what we want, is a chance to prove to the facility we are ready. When someone has achieved their potential, the facility is supposed to set us free among the stars. But the machines have been breaking more and more over the years. And no one has ever been deemed worthy. I need your help to properly fix the facility so that we can prove ourselves and claim our birthright.
So what is the facility?
The facility is another place on this very planet. A place we cannot go. As much as we dream of it.
Maybe none of you are ready.
Surely someone, anyone by now would have learned the lessons the facility sought to teach. No, the machines have not aged well. The crises break upon our beach, each one greater than the last.
All right. I'll hear you out, but no promises.
Then listen well, outsider. You must go to the facility. The robots and what drives them is not here. The facility is where they come from. Somewhere far to the east. None of us can travel there. But you can. Go there, please. And see if the facility can be repaired. Then report back to me.
The east. Alright, now Genghis Khan. He's going to be leader of the conquerors or something like that. Oh, and morning has arrived. Got some sunrise, that's nice. Renegade. They're going to be... So we've got Pragmatists, Renegades, and Believers. Is that how it works? Believers, yeah. Where are we going? Around the outside. Oh, outside the fence. Yes, I need to... And have my flight enhancer pack equipped. There we go, now we can boost. Sprint boost.
Stranger! Weapons out! They come!
Hope that wasn't meant for me. That's how you do.
Alright, we got him. What was that? Weird land octopus. Pack cephalopods. So they effectively are some kind of octopus, but with 6 legs instead of 8. Alright, Mr. Khan.
The man from the stars. Come to see me. And you're not afraid to get your hands dirty. I guess the world out there is not so different than here. Genghis Khan, a pleasure to meet you.
I can't believe it. You're really Genghis Khan?
Then don't believe it. It is true his blood runs through my veins. But I am not he. Crucible tries to imprint the clones with fake memories. Genghis predated the Mongols having written records. For being so great a figure, we know practically nothing about him. When was he born? How he died? Where he was buried? A single speech he gave? Nothing. It must have driven the robots mad, trying to figure out what to do with me.
So you're one of the most terrible butchers in all history.
My namesake, yes. A terrible, terrible person. But me, I'm really just a lowly prisoner, stuck on this pitiful planet.
Well, speaking as someone who has a fancy name too, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm with Genghis. You can't blame him for what the real guy did.
Family or genetics doesn't define a person.
That's very true.
Actions alone do.
Amen, brother.
But not everyone here sees things like you and I. I am pleased that the dangers out here are of no concern to you. You cannot be fully human if you trap yourself behind walls.
Okay, so why... Well, firstly, I agree with Genghis and Sammy. Yep, very noble points. But why are you really out here, Genghis?
I would provide fresh meat for my society, so we don't get fat off the robots. Franklin and I see eye to eye on very little, but even he appreciates this. And I always hope to see some means of escape. Perhaps our luck has finally changed.
Okay. Well, you handle yourself pretty well out here.
The robots taught me many things any Mongol would know. So, hunting game, even such as this, is little challenge to me. So Franklin told you of us. Oh, that we're clones?
Yes.
Some of us think that makes us special. That the deeds of our namesakes are somehow ours. But that is blind arrogance. We are just people. Same as you. Same as anyone.
I agree. So you really feel no connection to Genghis at all?
None at all. It is as if I were a student of his life and times from an early age. I know so much about him, but that doesn't mean I am him. I am me, and I am content with this.
Oh, well, he seems quite practical as well. The believers, I can't get behind the believers at this stage, but what's his long-term motive? Okay. I think science would back your view.
Would it? You would know better than I. But all this talk gets us nowhere. Too many of the others grovel at the feet of the damned robots, trying to play their roles in a broken game. The renegades will not submit, and one day we will be free.
So Crucible is a prison then?
A prison of the mind and the body. Crucible holds out a throne and says, "Obey, and it is yours." But thrones are meant to be taken, not handed to you by a machine. But it is a tantalizing lie that keeps the others in line.
But what would you do if you could escape?
I do not know. Everything outside of Crucible is unknown to us. I imagine the settled systems are not so settled that a man who does not shrink from violence can't make a place for himself, though.
Well, if you renegades are so tough, you shouldn't need me.
If Crucible had not hobbled us, we wouldn't. I have died a dozen deaths trying to find a way out of Crucible. You get too far or disobey too much, then death. Crucible holds our lives in its hands. But now the robots have made a grave mistake. You can go where none of us can. You hold our future in your hands, and all the societies know it.
So Crucible really kills you?
Oh yes. You can go 1 or 2 miles from Crucible, and you drop dead. I have no knowledge of medicine, but it's probably poison. It boils my blood to be subjugated like this. But too many of the clones are sheep. As long as their pens are clean and comfortable, they bleat their arguments.
Interesting. If I free you, have a feeling many people will suffer.
Even if you think I deserve this cage, does everyone? If you want your heartstrings tugged, talk to Amelia Earhart. Doesn't she deserve the stars she craves? You know of the facility, yes? Go there and make the machines let us leave. It is not much to ask, and it will set us free.
Okay, so some kind of facility. Not sure what the intention is, but they are trying to be... Yeah, it's interesting experiment. They're trying to bring, like, a supreme society together, maybe? Franklin, what do you say?
So, you have heard from the other societies. I must confess I'm very curious what an outsider thought of them, and their positions. You might be the first objectively neutral party we've ever come across.
I still don't fully get what the renegades want. They just want to be free. The believers want to take over the universe, I guess, or take over the galaxy as the true leaders, and the pragmatists... What? I'm both of them are misguided. I'm still trying to wrap my head around all this.
A very diplomatic approach. The facility has gathered some of the most obstinate and dangerous personages throughout history. It has told them that they should lead in a golden age via whatever means they see appropriate. Setting us all loose and Parda as a whole would invite disaster. We are barely fit to lead ourselves.
Would it be that bad?
The most likely case is anyone that leaves Crucible would die or silently fail. But if the mission is correct, and they do take over the settled systems, in the course of history, it took millennia to cast out petty tyrants. The way ahead lies not looking to the past to literally guide us, but for this generation to learn from us. The terrible and great figures we represent had their time. We made the most of it. We should be at peace with it.
I kind of agree with that. But don't some individuals deserve a chance, though?
A tough but fair question. I must admit the case of Amelia Earhart sometimes keeps me up at night. 'Tis safer if the rule is strict. But if you wanted to make an exception or two, I could live with that. But no one from the other societies. They are all dangerous in their own way.
So the pragmatists want to keep people here, but just improve themselves to be less reliant on the bots. Okay. Tell me what the other societies are up to. Sounds dangerous.
Exceptionally so. But the pragmatists are different. It is evident that the facility is decaying. It is both unsustainable and unwise for us to fix and maintain the status quo. Our community must be weaned off the machines. Learn how to build, grow, and govern ourselves. Allowed to raise families so we can pass our lessons to the next generation. And to die when our allotted time is finished. One day we will be worthy of going to the stars. We are just not there yet.
Is it wrong if the others want to escape this prison?
Do not listen to passion. Genghis can be very persuasive, but he's a fool. In some sense, we are an abomination. A science project made for unknown ends and with uncertain results. Once we are fully human, fully self-reliant, then we should be allowed to join the settled systems.
So you can't raise families because you're clones. Does that mean you're infertile?
Yes, and not to be indelicate, not for lack of try. Are we even human in this state? We have no future, only the past.
Oh, KB rejoins us. How are you doing, man? Thanks for coming along. And yes, welcome back to the sub club. Love it. Thank you very much to our sponsors, subscribers, and community moderator members. Love you all very much. So, how do I pronounce that? Kailach? Sailach? Kailach-D? I'm sure I'm missing something. I'm very bad at names, sorry. Kailash, thank you. Kailash. Kailash, yes, I agree. These guys seem the most sensible. Definitely not on board with the believers who think they need to, they're the best and they need to rule the galaxy. The renegades that want to get free, is it something there that might lead them to do bad things again? Don't know. Midnight Tabby, you're at 8 months sub now. Yes, I know. I don't have the alerts turned on here. I need to figure out how to enable that in Stream Elements. But I did see the notification in my Twitch dashboard the other day. So legendary support. Thank you so much. KB, don't worry about others. Your name is even harder. Yeah, but you just have the initials there, so all I have to say is KB, and it's easy. Anyway, this area, this mission, this quest line seems to be an elaboration of like there's been a few thought experiments and philosophy kind of
I do have a society to manage.
Experiments around this kind of stuff. Like if you were to take Adolf Hitler, like an exact clone of him, but raise him in different circumstances, would he turn out to be a great noble leader who does good things? versus the terrible childhood that he had that may have twisted his ways of thinking and working, right? It's that kind of stuff. Genghis Khan here, is there just something... he's one of the most vicious warlords of all human history. Is it in his genetics, or is this one, although he's a genetic clone, because he doesn't have those other influences, is he going to be okay? Interesting. So KB, you're Indian, but you have a Persian name. That's cool. That's just mixing up all the good stuff. All right, so find out what's going on. Keep people here until they can earn their... He wants people to stay here till they can earn their place as fellow humans. I will think about it.
I am sure in time you will see the validity of my argument. Go to the facility and see what can be done.
Alright, so now we go to the facility and I try to not get too distracted.
We need to talk.
Oh, Wyatt. Wyatt. What's going on? Side quest upon a side quest. What is up?
Listen, it's not safe to talk here. It's about Roosevelt. There's something you need to know.
Ooh, what do you know about Roosevelt?
Not here. If he found out I'm even talking to you about this...
Sounds delectably juicy.
Can
all
a
right.
stranger be trusted?
If you have something to say, I'm all ears.
Thank you. There's a, well, cave just outside town. No chance of us being listened in on. Please, come as quick as you can. Ideally, before you go to the facility.
All right. If it's that important, I'll go right now.
I'll meet you at the cave.
Okay. Secret Lives. And off Wyatt Earp. Off he gallivants with his poncho flapping in the wind. That is not a euphemism. So so Midnight Tabby, this reminds you of the Star Trek episode Justice in a lot of ways. Yeah, I think a lot of science fiction has done similar things like this, right? Wasn't there something similar in Stargate? Was there clones in that? Oh, I don't think there were clones of historical leaders, though. Alright, how far away is this cave? We don't know. Oh, maybe it's not. Oh, maybe it's just outside and around the corner. That's not far. Why is the ship... Why is it taking us to the ship? I activated the wrong quest, that's why.
This vehicle is fully equipped for your unique driving style.
My unique driving style. And the Rev 9 is a cool modded vehicle, but it is difficult to drive on the land. I like its flying and its boosting. Aside from that, it's difficult. Alright, well, we didn't have to travel far. So, Kailash. Stargate and Stargate Atlantis had sort of clone-type things. Robots and humanoids. Yes! I remember that. And then they, because they made... Yeah, I made you better. And was it Come Triar or whatever his bow thing was? I remember that. And the Asgard clones. Well, the Asgards are all clones now, right? Because that's the only way they can reproduce, because they've just been too scientific for too long in their everything, their technology-focused society. And KB, it's because of the religion which is Parsi that Zoroastrians from Persia descended in India. Hence the blend coming together there. Wow, that's pretty cool. All right, nice cave. Why is there an explosive gas can here?
You came.
I did.
I just can't take a chance. These clones, they're psychotic, crazy. If they find out, I'm sorry. I just can't take the chance.
Okay. Take a deep breath. I would like to help.
You're just making it worse. I'm not Wyatt Earp. I wish. God, how I wish I was. I was cloned off a monster. America's first serial killer. H.H. Holmes.
Wait. Smiley, the local innkeep. A serial killer? Whoa.
So he wasn't Wyatt Earp? That's interesting. Who is H.H. Holmes?
He was a deranged lunatic on old Earth. In the 1890s, he owned a hotel. A lure people there in this crazy hotel with all sorts of
the passages,
terrible rooms. But I'm not him. You gotta believe me.
I believe you. I believe you. Relax. Thank you for the follow as well, Kerry White. And Kailash, the Wraith had cloning tech as well. I only watched, I think, the first season and a half, or 2 seasons of Atlantis. So I didn't get to see what happened in the later seasons with the Wraith. But yeah, it checks out, I guess. I mean, didn't even some of the Goa'uld have some sort of cloning tech that they used at times? Anyway, cloning's like a staple of any kind of science fiction or science fantasy, right? So this guy is a clone of a serial killer. He doesn't want anyone to know, so he says he's a clone of Wyatt Earp. That is funny. All right, so that must be a terrible burden, knowing that you share DNA with Holmes.
It's like a living nightmare. If you go to the facility, I know you'd find out who I am. And if you let any of these bloodthirsty maniacs know, they'd kill me. But no, that wouldn't be the end. Every time my new clone would appear, death, torture, pure hell. I'm afraid it's you or me. I'm going to kill you.
You what? You fucking what? Killing me will make you a murderer. Is that what you want?
I really, really don't. Besides Ada and maybe Amelia. You're the nicest person I've met. But the other clones, they would tear me apart. Don't you see? They're the monsters. I just don't want to be tortured like that. Please, please forgive me.
Does anyone know your secret?
A few of the old-timers know I used to go by Bill Hickok. I mean, I had to make up a story. I always used to read the dime novels, and I figured I knew enough about Wild Bill and Wyatt to pull it off. I just had no way of knowing what my previous life had picked. So I played dumb. But Roosevelt, he's a crafty one.
Persuasion time. Look, we don't have to do this. There's got to be another way.
I just don't see a way out.
Be Wyatt Earp. Be the hero. You can choose that.
Wyatt Earp was a hero. Maybe I can.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that you're scared, but take a deep breath and think about it.
I just am not sure. I'm gonna trust you, okay?
Good plan.
Just don't tell anyone. This never happened.
Okay, well, that was interesting. I will pay that. So now we go to the facility, all the way over there. That's where... Oh, sorry, Sammy, you're gonna have to run, my guy. Oh, hang on, what? Go to the facility. Where is the facility? Is it not on this map? Oh, it's in another part of the planet. Alright then. Guess we fly there. That's a long way away. So, Kailash, the Goa'uld don't think they... Oh, you don't think they had cloning, but Bale did get cloning tech. Most likely from Anubis, who thinks stole it from the Asgard. Yes. I kind of vaguely remember that now. And Bale also liked to experiment with like weird gravity technology as well, right? Oh, so many good side stories in that TV show. KB's lurking. No worries, dude. Sorry, I'm a bit slow on the chat tonight. Need to remember how to actually stream and pay attention to things. What are we going to find in here, in the facility? Let's go. Okay, nothing here yet. Admit, I like Vasco, but he is a big, clunky boy, isn't he? Something hostile near? The Gould symbiotes, yes. It's that part I do remember. Hathor was a queen. The symbiotes in that original world, they used to take hosts of those... Oh, I don't remember what they're called. The beastly dudes. What's the mod that allows you to have both normal companion and Vasco? It's called The Gang Is All Here. It lets you have as many companions as you like, actually. And it gives you a little follower control tab as well. Now, I've used this mod in its earlier versions, and it worked mostly pretty well back then, but I stopped using it because when I went through into a New Game Plus, I turned it off because it meant a couple of followers wouldn't stop following you. But it would appear that they've been doing a lot of updates, and everything seems to be working beautifully so far. So you can dismiss and command and everything. Eunice! That's it, the Eunice! They were the original hosts of the Gould. And then there was an episode where another society, a human society, was taking them as slaves. And then Daniel Jackson made friends with one of them and started a rebellion. Yeah, the Eunice, that's right. Alright, there's a lot of weird decrepit crap here. Ooh, that's gross. Ooh. Hunting Maggot Man. Maggot Maw. Oh, it's just infested with beasties. Alright, well, one thing I do want to do, I want to get my melee kills up. Via stealth. There we go. I'm trying to boost my challenge on this concealment. I want to get that leveled up. The sound, yeah, I know. Diary page, escape. This sounds interesting. This confinement is driving me crazy. Day after day underground. I think Genghis is right. Escape is the only option. Why is it here? Find clues about the facility. Hell yeah. And I'm gonna have to remove Chameleon from the armors that I give companions if they're going to keep bugging out. Oh. Is it just spawning more? Okie dokie. Diary page, discovering Galathea. I managed to break in the top floor. It is a spaceship, as we all assumed. The records call it Galathea. Most of the ship has been stripped down, but amazingly the comm system was operational. There was a message from another ship called the Beagle. When I played the transmission, it was just raw noise. I will try to go back tonight, okay? The Eunice and the Gould came from the same planet. Yes, that part I knew as well. So the Gould started as aquatic creatures, but they also had genetic memory. So once they were able to start taking hosts, they started dominating the lands. And they enhance everything about the host, which is why the Eunice was so tough as well when possessed. But it takes them a long time to grow and mature though, right? Alright, Reborn. Here today, I am here new. They tell me I was here before, that I have been reborn. I have knowledge of a son, Kublai, and his accomplishments of being the founder of a great empire to rival any in history. The machines tell me I am someone I am not. I will not play by their rules. So is that Genghis Khan? I don't know who had a son called Kublai. This room is horrid for your tryptophobia. Oh yeah, that's true. Sorry, I can't do much about that at the moment. It is Khan, cool. Oh, we hear robots. Does this show us a way? It says that way. Before we go that way, was there anything back here?
My sensors indicate a hostile target was eliminated.
Okay, so there's only like down. And this is where we came in, right? Okay. Ooh, we got a dueling challenge unlocked. Use a mod that makes the Terramorphs terrifying. I also have that mod. It is called Terrifying Terramorphs. I'm also playing on an extreme difficulty, but I do have mods and some pretty beefed up gear. Doing the expansion on extreme difficulty, whoa, that was challenging. Everything is way harder to fight in the Shattered Space. I'm expecting everything to be quite easy now, back in the base game, by comparison. Genghis explosion. Genghis somehow got a hold of explosives. Last night we woke to a thunderous din. The facility has been repeating incessantly. Containment breached. It is maddening. An expedition was sent to the outside this morning. They report predators, deadly ones, all about. Amelia and Amarinus are furiously working to come up with anything that could be used as a weapon. I tried to get into the facility's inner sanctum to no avail. This is nowhere to hide. Nothing to be done but wait. So are we still going this way? What happened to the markers? We had quest markers for the pickups before. Alright, there's one. Sneaky, sneaky. You use Royal Galaxy. Oh, so a different Terramorph mod. I will have to check that one out. So much grossness. Oh, and that's a robot.
Massive damage.
There's a diary. Can I read it? For just, you know, for clues.
Alright, what does this one say? Anonymous last words. I woke up for the first time right here, and now I bleed. When first I heard the mission, I felt a thrill. We were chosen. We would rule again. But after spending countless days, nights, who is to say in these windowless halls? We do nothing. The facility feeds us, the facility provides, and we just argue. But now we do more. We turned to murder. I pray you find this, brother of my blood. Do not trust Bill Hickok. He is not who he seems. Well, we have learnt that Bill Hickok is indeed, or was indeed, or is a clone of a serial killer. Though he didn't seem to have the steel nerves and creepy intention of a genuine serial killer, and we convinced him to play nice. Let's keep sneaking around. Ada's questions. Unanswered questions. Who created the facility? Is the mission the real reason it was created? Do we really share the DNA of our namesakes? Are any people watching us? Are the robots as unintelligent as they appear? Are the reborn really what they claim? So many more questions. So few people are asking the right questions. Ada was also seeming to be pretty balanced and helpful, actually. Don't know what's cred sticks in a facility like this, but we'll take it. So you think it has Royal Terror, better, faster, stronger terramorphs as a part of the mod. You also think it makes a lot of the NPC scale with the player. Oh, I might have to check that out, because scaling NPCs would probably be good. Probably a little bit overpowered for the base game now. Alright, down to the creepy, gross maggot hole thing. Bringing this up so I can at least hide the sound a little bit. The humming of the laser-infused blade is a much better sound. Sneaky, sneaky. We're getting our melee attack progress up? I think we are. Works well against bugs. Quick save as we continue in.
Say your prayers, pal.
Oh, that's a big one.
It hurts.
Alright, stand up, you Wally. Get the right weapon out, please. Reload. Oh, I did not expect that. Oh, we got slapped. Alright, so maybe there are still some difficult things to fight. A level 100. Oh, and we got a game crash. Wow, that really went terribly. Let's load that back up again, shall we? Alright, that was fun. So in that mod, even creatures are normally level 1s, like the heat slugs, they also scale. Oh, wow. So heat leeches that scale to your level. That could be annoying, potentially. Yeah, it is kind of weird, because the scaling in Starfield, like, things can scale with you, but also things can not scale. Like, the range of their levels and intensity just expands. So, whereas I think in Skyrim, most things level with you, and I think Fallout is similar, or maybe Fallout's a bit more like this. But in Starfield, yeah, things can scale to be higher level, but they can also still spawn in at level nothing and do nothing. Oh, game crash again! Ooh, maybe it did not like... I have had this happen once before, actually, where the game, my save got corrupted. It's been pretty well. I only had it happen once in the whole time I've been playing this game. This is why you always have multiple saves. You leverage the auto saves, leverage the manual saves. Ugh. It's back at the start. Try the quick save one more time. So I did save midnight, but it was a quick save because just before I went in there, I saved right before we went in there for that next fight. But I just did a quick save. That's what's not liking to load. Oof, it's not logging it. Alright, load the autosave then. Can't do much else. Can't do much else. Try the autosave. Failing that, I've got the main save I did a little while back. We can just blitz through it if I have to. This is why in any game that lets you save, you always have many saves. Don't just save over the same save. Like this hard lesson as a kid. The hard drive space, just keep making new saves. Kailash, in Fallout, enemies think they stay at certain levels, except for a few enemies who always scale. You think the highest non-scaling enemy is level 94? Okay. Yeah, because I know that things can scale in Fallout, but maybe they have more things locked in at a certain level. Alright, so... is this when we first came in? I think it is when we first came in. Alright, well, we're going to blitz through it all then. I'm going to be going slowly. Hang on. Find the clues. 0. So it is this way still, okay. I think Skyrim doesn't really have scaling. You think some enemies will level up at a certain level, but no, Skyrim definitely does. And being one who has made mods in the creation kit, I can tell you it definitely does. It's one of the things that is quite funny where there's...
oh, hold on. I can try using for this.
Where there's memes about it, where if you focus on doing your blacksmithing and your alchemy and you're leveling up that way, but you're not leveling any of the combat skills, everything else is leveling up and getting tougher, and you get weaker and weaker. So there is a wrong way to level in Skyrim. I realized I had the recording paused, so I'll unpause that. And I think it was similar.
Oh,
it's similar in Oblivion and. Ooh, no, we're not sleeping. It's similar in Oblivion and Morrowind, I think. Fortunately, there's multiple difficulty levels, but it is possible to build your character wrong in Oblivion to the point where you're being disadvantaged later in the game. Whereas in Skyrim, it still generally gets easier later in the game once you just start rounding out all your other skills. I mean, I do tend to like the way that they do the scaled worlds within reason. And I like Skyrim's leveling system the best. I like the way that you level up by using a skill and then get perks and whatever. I think that's a really cool, nice, well-rounded and somewhat practical leveling system rather than just getting XP for doing stuff. So it's a cool take. I like it. Be interested to see what they do in Elder Scrolls 6. I hope they do the majority like what they did in Oblivion and Skyrim, which is skills level from using them. Keep Fallout doing its raw perk and special and XP system. A lot of people don't like the challenge system in Starfield, but I don't mind it. I know some of it's a little bit tedious, but you got to have a little bit of something to sort of work towards, so I think this is okay. I just realized that we are both hungry and thirsty, apparently. Traveling here. There we go. Oh, Sam, you wally. Kailash, Skyrim enemies only level to a certain level. Example, bandit chiefs will only go to 28, town guards will only go up to 50. Yeah, correct. So there is limits to how far things will level, but that's true in all of the games. So it's built in the creation engine that you can set limits. So in Starfield, I think is the only one that doesn't have level caps for some enemies. Whereas I think in Fallout and Skyrim, everything has some kind of lemony.
Not possible.
What's this thing? It's seeing us. Very blind. Oh. Okay.
System failure.
But that's why there's mods that do the uncapping. They uncap the leveling restrictions on a lot of NPCs, and that's how you can get some more challenging gameplay later in the game, right? Alright, we have caught back up to where we were before, right?
I don't think we're alone.
I agree, Sammy. Alright, this is where we got to before. I'll do a hard save this time. Fallout 4 had some enemies that didn't have a cap as well. Okay, so they could always be at the player's level. The Super Mutant Warlords, for example. Alright, cool. Yeah, I mean, I think they just need to be a bit more consistent, because it gets weird when you can fight against something that can one-shot you, and then you're one-shotting everything else around it. Kind of what we were doing here.
Another one.
Careful, Sammy, don't run in. Did we get the big one? Oh, I think we... Yeah.
Time to get medieval.
Look out.
Today's not gonna be your day, pal.
Oh, big one. Big one is hiding. We got it scared. Alright, well that was a lot smoother that time. Keeping the distance. Kayla, you used 2 mods in Fallout 4. A level capper, which would lock to level 100, so once you hit 100 you would stop gaining XP. And used another mod that allowed everything to scale with you to a level 100. Yeah, level 100 red roaches. How did that go?
Warning. Facility on lockdown. Security override code required to reboot system.
Alright, we'll find a security code then. Did you find it boring? Or, not boring. One of the things I enjoy about these games is the leveling, even if it's, like, just little things. Did you get bored when the leveling ran out in Fallout? Ada's Diary, heart of the facility. Years of trial and error, and I have attained proficiency enough to call myself a programmer. It is amazing how far things have advanced from my memories. To think Babbage and I would open this untold world of knowledge and power. I realize I never will be a masterful programmer. I have no books or text to advance myself, but the intricacy of the security here is daunting. The facility is on full lockdown, and the only solution is the security override code. But where is it? This part of this facility was closed to us until Genghis set off his explosions, and even here, there is nothing of the sort. If only I had more time to think, but the monsters lurk in every hall now. Perhaps the damage to the facility means that this is my final life. A pity. So much more to discover and learn. So Genghis blew a hole which has let all the creatures in. Interesting. So Kailash, annoying rad roaches at level 100, but barely dealt any damage, but they'll just keep pushing the player around with their attacks. You just want to ignore them, but you can't, because they keep coming after you. Alright, so this gate needs to be found the way open. Scanner. Up the stairs. And thank you for the follow as well, Kailash. Appreciate it. And I appreciate the chatter about games in the meantime, especially Bethesda games. Consider them part of my wheelhouse of expertise. Oh, does this take us back to another section? All right. Well, that door's not open. Computer. Excuse us. There we go. So we're back outside again. In a different part? What is our objective? Gotta find one more clue. And it's gonna be back over here. Okay. Just follow the waypoint, I guess. Kailash, you're currently reinstalling Starfield while playing X4 Foundations. You've played exactly 1,500 hours in Fallout. Holy balls. I want to do another Fallout playthrough, but I want the next-gen patch to be fixed. So it's actually playable. What is stalking us? The Space Roach. Followed us all the way out. There we go. Now I've bumped my walk button. There we go. Oh well, if you reinstall Starfield, get some of my mods in there. Okay, so we're going back through the entrance we first time. I must have just missed one of those data slates. And thank you for the link, Midnight Tabby, for our Discord server. We have other nerdy chats. We share memes and lols. We share delightful pet pics. Chat about mods a little bit. There we go. Now we have a path. Is it not through here? Show me the way. Cuts out over here. That's really irritating. By the way, I didn't notice how creepy some of this was before with blood and everything, so... Is it the beasties that has done this? Or when they were murdering each other? Kailash, when looking at your games, there is no number after 15 hours. After the 15 hours, 1,500 hours played in Fallout. Food and travel sections, oh yes, that'll take up some time. Excuse me, I am lost. I don't think it knows a way. We'll go back downstairs and look around, I guess. We're not close enough. We're not close enough to the data slate. I feel like we've gone the wrong way again. We have gone the wrong way for sure. Oh, hang on. Oh, no, this way. Here it is. Glowy Mod has shown it. Ada's questions. Ah, didn't pick that up again. Okay. Choose which society to give facility information. Well, it's a pretty obvious choice, isn't it? The pragmatists. The renegades want to be free, but... Oops, I picked up a dumbbell. That's... Not carrying around a dumbbell. Hell no. So one of the things I've always wanted to do as well is play Skyrim with no fast travel. To use some of the alternate travel mods to find a balanced way, because one of the things that kills Starfield is just the sheer volume of fast traveling. Whilst it's convenient, and you'd hate to be running around backwards and forwards everywhere, it does disconnect the flow a bit, I think. And it's less immersive, and you're not as invested sometimes in what's going on. Skyrim, I think, strikes a better balance, because whilst you can fast travel, you don't need to as much. Things just more organically unfold. I found Fallout, though, needed a lot of fast travel, so that was a little bit like this. I'd like to try and do that with some sort of fast travel alternative, maybe. Alright, so what did we exactly learn? We still don't really know what the mission was, right? Am I dumb? Have I not paid enough attention? The clones of Crucible at one point lived in the facility. The facility was destroyed when a previous version of Genghis reached the surface, then the hostile wildlife murdered them all. There is a section of this facility that is blocked off, but I need a security passcode to proceed. I should report back to one of the leaders. Well, didn't someone say that there was something that Roosevelt is hiding as well? So how do they get from one side of the planet to the other? That doesn't make sense. Just don't think about it too much, I guess. Oh, we're stuck underneath the ship again. Alrighty, where we go. Alright, so I still lean towards the pragmatists. I don't know, I mean, Genghis Khan and the others were trying to break free, which I understand. The believers are definitely not getting it. The renegades, yeah, there might be some danger to them. The pragmatists seem the most balanced, right? Secret tunnel through the mountain, secret tunnel. Secret tunnel to the other side of the planet. But then how do they build all of this shit as well? Is this maybe original facilities from whoever built the facility? I don't know, whatever. Franklin.
It is still hard to accept a stranger in our midst.
Well, we can ask some other questions. Can you tell me about the pragmatists?
We are unnaturally dependent on the machines of the facility for every aspect of our society.
Yeah.
The pragmatists seek to take the reins of power ourselves.
Reins of power?
We cultivate, work, and govern for ourselves. Perhaps, once we have demonstrated that we can govern ourselves well, we can try and bring our leadership to the settled systems. But to do so too early, I fear, courts disaster.
I fear that too. What do you think about the real FDR?
My feelings about my namesake are complicated. He was a great but flawed human being. On one hand, he guided a country through the ravages of depression and war admirably. He tirelessly fought to improve the lives of the poor and disadvantaged. But as a husband, he was unfaithful. And as a colleague, he was a consummate politician, which is sometimes good, often distasteful.
Right.
He was truly a great man, and I must confess, I am proud to share his heritage.
And who are the unknown clones?
We are not 100% sure, but I have a theory. The facility has been unreliable as long as I've been alive. My guess is that they are historical figures that just didn't get a proper education. Who's to say what Julius Caesar actually looked like? Or some modern person of note that we wouldn't even know about? Whoever they are, though, they are as smart and capable as the ones that know their identity.
Alrighty.
Nice talking with you.
So we could rat out Wyatt Earp, but we won't do that. Let's see if the other leaders have anything else they want to say. So these other unnamed clones are potentially just clones that didn't get their
Yes, they're still missing so many.
The pragmatists are not about violence. If we attack unprovoked, we lose all moral authority we have built.
But you can't trust him.
I've known Genghis, many versions of him. You think I don't know that? But we tread a moral path, an admirable one.
One that'll get us killed.
So, referring to Avatar: The Last Airbender, unfortunately, I know almost nothing about that, sorry. All I know is the movie adaptation was terrible. And that's according to everyone else.
Do not listen to Genghis. He will betray you.
Can you tell me about the believers again?
We are the ones who believe in the mission. We are the great minds and leaders of history who can bring about a new golden age. Our numbers are admittedly few, but we make up for it in our commitment to see the dream of Crucible realized. We just want the machines fixed so we can pass the test and be allowed to leave Crucible and try to make a difference.
That's right, they want to pass the test. What do you know of the facility?
There are robots here, but they are not constructed here. The clones also are not born here. The robots bring fresh clones always from the east. That is where their facility lies. And that's it.
Robots.
I know no more.
The robots do it. That's how they get on the other side of the entire planet. Maybe it's a small planet that still has a dense enough gravity somehow. Anyway, do you really believe that you're the how do you say it again? Amanirenes.
I am her reborn. Many here scoff at reincarnation. But why? It has been a belief of people from the earliest of times. Why is it so unimaginable it can happen? When I dream, I smell the sands of Africa. I see the vaunted Roman legions with their prickly spear walls, and I see and taste the blood. Both ours and theirs. I am Queen Amanirinas, and I am she who even the conquerors fear.
And what do you think of the other societies?
Roosevelt and the pragmatists vex us. True, they do help us try and maintain the facility, but they deny the mission. Such hubris. We were sent here for a reason. Why can't they see that? And Genghis and the renegades are little more than brigands spoiling for a fight. They would destroy everything if it meant they could be unleashed on the galaxy. Clearly, none of them will ever reach their potential.
Right, so...
As you wish, outsider.
So the pragmatists want to be independent of the robots. The believers want the robots fixed so that they can pass whatever the test is and be let loose to take their rightful place. And the renegades want to just break free and destroy everything that's here so they can have their own lives, which I can understand, but who else is amongst the renegades? Are they all dodgy folk?
This world is savage, untamed. Would that I could explore it.
So the facility kills you if you try to leave?
Without fail and without mercy. If we go too far, our lives end. Even the most devout believer drops like a stone a little over a mile out. I know this because we have tried it. Many look at Crucible like it is holy or a potential utopia. But the renegades see it truly. It is hell, and it is our prison.
Yeah, but it's a prison with lots of freedoms. What can you tell me about the renegades?
We are the only ones that just want to tear it all down and leave. The mission, the facility, all of it are lies. We deserve a chance to really live. I have no doubt many of us will perish, or be swallowed up by the settled systems with little to show of it. But I just want the chance that every human is born with.
Yeah, you can't blame him. And what can you tell me about the facility?
You ask a question I cannot answer to your satisfaction. It is far to the east. It is where all the machines come from. Beyond that, mystery. Farewell.
Okie dokie. Once again, we go to talk to Franklin. He still seems the most balanced so far.
Amana Rinos. She is a curious lady.
Yes. Well, here are the notes. Let's work together on this.
We're working with FDR. I still can't get over it.
Let me see.
Sammy liked that.
You have no idea what a reassurance it is to learn even these hints of our past. It sounds like the facility is in ruins, but perhaps the restricted section is intact? Think of the answers it must contain, and perhaps a way to help us become self-sufficient. But there is no security override code here. I would know. Think.
Do you really know so little?
Embarrassingly so. And most are too busy jockeying for a position to delve behind the thin lies the facility told them. We all assumed that we arrived via spaceship. But knowing we did, and knowing it was called the Galathea, it sates a need I did not know I even had.
What do you think about the notes?
To think that Crucible was not our first home. And Genghis Khan destroyed it. I have told people time and time again that the renegade will be the death of us all. And they already were once. The only thing clear to me is despite the facility's efforts, we haven't grown at all.
True. So maybe the Beagle has a copy of the code.
Galathea's sister ship. Yes, if it can be found. Certainly, they had the capability of going into the heart of the facility. If anyone can figure a manner of locating the Beagle, it's Ada Lovelace. I'll radio her and explain the situation. I'm sure she will make every effort to assist.
All right, Ada. Because literally everyone else is unnamed. Yep. All right, we going outside. Yep. Here she is on her own research machine.
So we did come from a spaceship. Of course we did. And there's another out there? What was the Beagle? Why did she and the Galathea part? But all of that in time. First, we must find her. She's not in this star system. I would have spotted her.
I don't know who Ada Lovelace was. Was that a real person in history as well? How do you know the Beagle isn't in this star system?
I've studied the celestial bodies for years. No trace of a spaceship in orbit here or around the other planets.
Well, there must be some way to find the Beagle.
The radio telescope. It has a default position. It resets every morning. I always wondered, why point at Bell 5? Petty frustration I've dealt with for years. But perhaps the facility looks for her sister. Yes, it makes sense. I can send you the coordinates. The Bell Star system is not far. The facility communicates via a secure frequency. When you arrive, tune into that.
Alright, we shall do that. So Kailash, Ada Lovelace was an English mathematician and writer. Excellent. That checks out. Thank you very much. Alright. Let's go back to the ship. delay in disabling the flight. Anyway, into the cockpit. Off we go. So Midnight Tabby, yes, I had heard that the...
Recycled? That's normal, right?
I had heard that the TV show for Avatar was starting to redeem it.
Ship's ready. Pick a star. Any star.
Yeah, that's why I'm nervous about the Mass Effect TV show that they're going to make.
Orbit locked.
Do a good job.
Just look at that view.
Oh, they could completely...
I think we need a bigger cargo bay. Not for loot, but for a dance floor. Every ship needs a dance floor.
Maybe I will build a dance floor. There we are. Let's go. Bell 5. Set course. Oh, unexplored route. We cannot. We must first go, apparently, in an arse-about way. Can we go here? Yes.
You are the greatest. No, no, better than the greatest. I know that's grammatically impossible, but somehow you managed to do it.
I keep forgetting about the adoring fan. He is funny. Nice ship, thank you.
Nice work.
It needs more ship decorations on the outside, so to make it look more shiply. At the moment, I've got all spots where there should be either attachments or windows or doors, so I need to do some more work on my ship. And I need to furnish some of the inside as well. I'll get there. And yeah, they shelved the Horizon TV show, which I'm okay with, because I'd rather them not make a show than to make a terrible show. We don't want another Halo on our hands. I am tempted to have a look at the Halo TV show. I've not gotten far into the games.
Another jump down. Take that, Dad.
So I don't know a lot about... Whoa, okay, let's slow down and stop. Beacon, scan the frequency. Although in bad repair, this old navigation beacon still has the projected flight plan of the Beagle. Next plan after Bell 5 is Zelazny 1. Okay. To Zelazny 1 we go then. Beyond to this, yep. Which we also can't go in one jump. Okay, can we go to here? Yes. Am I going to play Lego Horizon? I think I have to. Considering that we are all fans of the Horizon series, most Lego games are pretty good, but I have heard that it's a bit of a weird mix. Like, it hasn't quite found its place. It hasn't really got the stuff for the adult audience or the kid audience. I really want to play through the Skywalker saga of Lego.
Colonists here in distress. We could really use your help.
Grav jump aborted.
Thank you for responding. We had someone jump in and leave without even saying hi.
Well, I nearly did too.
List, and we're just trying to get to our new home. But our grav drive is old, like really old, and I'm afraid it's giving up the ghost.
Oh, this, yes. Sounds like you're in a tough spot.
Listen, we have kids listening, so let's just say affirmative. Very much affirmative.
Mm-hmm.
We have a workbench here, but we need just common old iron. A lot of it. Then we should be able to jury-rig some repairs. Any chance you have some? We'll pay loads more than the iron's actually worth.
Well, I do have some, but what exactly is wrong with the grav drive?
It's just dead. The whole unit is like a brick now. No power readouts, the diagnostic log only says it's offline. Well, what we can read. I think some of the warnings are in Cyrillic. You know, those
Russian.
old Russian letters.
Well, we've got a sufficient Starship engineering skill. Sounds like a power distribution problem. Cut all power to the drive, then put the bare minimum into it.
That work?
Just one bar.
Hey, it's back on! It's on! like to think we'd have got there on our own, but who am I fooling?
Nah, you wouldn't
Here's
have.
some credits. Thanks again.
Thank you very much. Okay. Grizz joins us. Griznak, as I never played Halo, you didn't mind the show. Yep, well, I already know that the thing that pisses everyone off out of the gate is the fact that he takes his helmet off so frequently, which is absolutely not in line with the game at all. One of the things that has potential for the Mass Effect show is it sounds like they're not trying to do John or Jane Shepard or the main trilogy saga.
It never gets old.
So it'll be a story in that universe, which I think can work very well, similar to what they did with Fallout. Alright, we found the Beagle. And we can dock with it.
Seals are good, air pressure good. Hey, we're docked.
Alright, let's get on, Sammy. Get on, chicken on! So this is the sister ship from the ship that created the initial, or was what the facility was built from. All the glowy stuff. So Genghis Khan blew up and damaged the original facility, so the robots then built the Crucible on the other side of the planet. At least we got answers as to... Whoa!
My sensors are picking up suspicious activity.
You guys are hostile then. Nothing to see here. Move along. Okie dokie.
All.
So we have to fight all the things. Really noted. Combat, music abounds. Although this place doesn't seem as old and decrepit, but where are all the humans? Yoink. Alright, that's not a real door. Kailash, you're just wondering where they got the DNA for the clones. Well, that's true. Like Genghis Khan. Maybe they've found some old garment with his hair in it or something like that. Oh, yeah. Where did they get the DNA? And how have they got such advanced cloning facilities? And the rest of the settled systems? Nom nom nom. Doesn't seem to have anything similar. Careful where you're pointing that laser there, Sammy. Sneak laser dagger attack.
Make sure he's not just sleeping.
Yes, I'm sure the turret is not just sleeping, Lyria, but Dr. Zhao's computer. That sounds interesting. Pox on Chang. God's curse, Dr. Chang. The facility is a hell full of vicious predators. The amount of resources we will need just to provide basic protection is ludicrous. With Dr. Baskinder passed, it falls to me to reconfigure the experiment. Otto von Bismarck needed Amarenaeus as a counterweight, and even then he would be hard to stop. Although many say that many say that the Franken Genghis is vital to the experiment. Franken Genghis, so he's like Genghis Khan, but it's not purely his DNA. I am not fully convinced we properly sequenced his DNA from his descendants. There's the answer, I guess, Kailash. They tried to resequence it from his descendants and his indoctrination program. It's an embarrassment. No. Amaniren. Oh, this name. Amanirenas is the key. So she is very indoctrinated, actually. Freon. The captain is aware we are dangerously low on Freon. I have enough to keep all the specimens frozen for a year or more. So he keeps deprioritizing my quest. Will he listen? Descendants. So Midnight Tabby. You guess from the DNA of the descendants of these people or time travel, or simply they aren't direct clones, just conditioned to think they are, just the division. Well, they had a lot of descendants of Genghis to choose. Yeah, that's true. He with his conquering, he did take many wives. Ooh, open the door. And turret control. Any left? Oh, we blew them all up. Alright, so that's going to open that. And that takes us somewhere else. So I guess we investigate the side room first. I hear watery sounds.
Alert. I have located the enemy.
Oh, you tough boy.
Massive damage.
It'll take more than that.
Yeah, watch out for the thing. Yeah, they're finally fixing in the beta patch for this game. They're finally fixing that, where they get hurt. Your teammates get hurt from the Annihilator rounds. So they've fixed already the fact that they don't take actual damage. So that's good. They're not actually being hurt, but they still make all the sounds and complain that they are, because I think technically they're still being hit from it, but they're just not getting any damage. Anyway, our mission is over. All genetic material destroyed, and our new mission is over. Godspeed, Galathea, you are all that's left. Oh, so 2 ships. Oh, okay. So what went wrong? We'll take those rare construction. Take all of that. Beagle lab key. Open the safe. Okay, Count of Monte Cristo. Apparently I hadn't collected that book yet. Well, we got the lab key. Dr. Amani's computer. No one listens. I am tired of no one listening to me. We should have boarded the Galathea and taken their genetic samples. The whole plan requires all of the specimens. How can we hope to engineer the golden age with only half of the test? Bell system struck out. The Bell system has no planets that meet our criteria. If only the mission had access to the United Colonies recon data, we wouldn't be bumbling in the dark. No one says anything, but many think Captain Ladipo did the wrong thing. We celebrated a birthday of young Roberts. Well, Dr. Roberts now. And he's 65. Even if we find our planet, at this rate, none of us will be physically or mentally able to set up the experiment. True, the facility protocols theoretically need no manual intervention. But let's be realistic. When has a large piece of code ever worked without some debugging after launch? Alright, can you open whatever this door is, please? So, Midnight Tabby, surprisingly numerous current humans can also directly trace their genetics to Genghis, which is now over 18 million people. Wow. I mean, impressive. Much in here. Shit.
Are we there yet?
No,
Just kidding. But really, are we?
So somehow I looped around back to our own ship. without even realizing. Oh, we came... Alright, we went out one way and came up another. Well, we've collected all of these things so far. Through here, I bet there's a robo. Yep, there is a robo in there. Boom. What does this one do? Oh, that's turret control. Never mind that. So Midnight Tapping, more surprising is the majority of the humans that are descended of Khan are men. That is surprising, actually. Alright. Eat some chunks. Read a slate.
Please don't go. We can do the experiment here. The facility has everything we need.
Our protocols say we are looking for planets with a 70% plus confidence level. The facility, barely 50%.
And how many planets have we surveyed? On Earth, they didn't know what we would find. My friend, we are getting old. Too old. If we want to have any chance to start the experiment ourselves, the facility is it.
When I was given my command, I swore an oath to adhere to the mission. Dr. Chang, you realize you are a mutineer. You've abandoned us.
The perfect is the enemy of the good. If you can't see that, then I guess there's nothing more to be said.
Disagreements abound. Excuse us, Sammy. We need to type on that. Beagle Data Core. Ooh, there's a few things here. Crimson Fleet Incident. There were 3 of them. Captain Libito offered them everything we could spare, but no amount of pleading worked. The hostile ships are destroyed, but at what cost? The Beagle is badly damaged. The hull breaches have been sealed, but we lost about half our remaining crew. We have one last jump. If we cannot find something in the Zalazny system and fast, we're doomed. So they tried the Bell system, and then they came here. Zalazny report. We didn't even have time to scan all the planets here. Our engines are dead. The captain, he had enough. We started the mission with such optimism, but it's been setback after setback. There are 4 of us. Dr. Zhao keeps adjusting the experiment program to work without the Galathea. I told her that we've already lost 20% of the genetic material. I ask who should be prioritized, but I fear she's no longer in her right mind. I dreamed of having my own command, but not like this. Final entry. Day 120 of being adrift. No more food, no more water. I'm the last that's left. I don't know how long I have. The Beagle's mission has failed. If Dr. Chang or anyone for Galathea reads this, you are right. We should have all stayed with you on the facility. I'm disabling all security so you can grab whatever you need for salvage and recovery. I'm ashamed to report that all of our genetic material did not survive. I pray the mission continues on the facility. God have mercy on us all. So they were working together and then they mutineered and disappeared in this ship. Some of them did. Okay. Got the code for Project Starseed. Code has been encrypted with standard project cipher. Now what? Now we go back. See if Ada can decrypt it. Alright then. Whoa!
Bring it on.
No-take candle.
Massive damage.
Oh, I nearly shot you, Vasco. I thought you were another one.
I bet that would look great in our cargo hold. Ow, 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 ow. Ooh, time out.
Alright, How many more bots have been released? Too many. Still flagged as being in combat for some reason, but anyway, let's just go. Back to the ship. Yes. Into the pilot seat. And away we go.
Indicators are green. We're free.
Okay, point at the system. Back to the Crucible, please. Let's go. It's funny, I thought, oh, we might get this quest line done and see what else we find to do some other fill-in activities, but I think we're only...
Roosevelt, we have an urgent situation developing on Crucible. Please, please, come immediately, before it's too late.
Are they fighting each other? Going to assume so. Objectives say... Alright, see Franklin about an emergency. Hello, Franklin. What is happening? Let's save game.
Oh, thank God you're here.
Yes.
Genghis has issued an ultimatum. He will attack the Pragmatist Society with everything he's got, unless you meet with him. I fear Amonarinas is siding with him too. We are on the brink of war. A war I will not shrink from. Not when we are so close to victory.
Rich, the ship is powerful. What weapons is it using? The obliterators, the other Vanguard ballistic weapon, and the... Ooh, I can't remember what missile launchers. But basically, I followed the advice of the ship technician YouTube channel. He has got the best ship info out there. So, Genghis, why is he doing this?
He knows you have seen the facility. And if you have been there, then anything is possible. So, he threatens violence to ensure his voice is heard.
Is a peaceful resolution possible?
Doubtful. Genghis and I have a long history, always at cross purposes. But worryingly, Amonarinas may be with him. It's possible we can convince her to back down.
Amonarinas. All right, time to meet with Genghis then.
I will send a message. We are meeting under flag of truce, something sacred to us. So, no matter how much he vexes you, keep your gun holstered.
Yes, sir. Oh, and off he runs. Oh, and he jumps over the rail. Alright, time to get our persuasion on. Is anyone looking? This will boost our persuasion chance. Let's... Little sneaky sippy sip.
Oh, slick hands. That's one way to keep the inventory full.
It sure is. So there is Genghis. Mr. Khan.
The outsider.
Yes.
Franklin.
Yes.
Amonarinas.
Genghis.
I had hoped we would not be meeting like this after so short a respite from war.
You drove us here, Franklin. Did you think we would let the outsider just hand the pragmatist victory? Stranger, if you do not change your course, there will be none of the pragmatists alive to help.
Sounds very Genghis Khanly of you, sir. What if I killed you first?
So, Franklin's lapdog has teeth! Ha! But you will have to kill the believers, too. No one wants Roosevelt's deal.
So both of them. So I'm guessing whoever you side with, both parties will team up against you. I'm looking for a way to end this peacefully.
You want peace? Then let the renegades go free. Roosevelt can do whatever he wants with the others.
This is not what we agreed, Genghis. Only those who have passed the test can leave Crucible.
This is my test. Here and now. And I intend to pass it. In blood, if I have to.
Maybe the believer will be more reasonable. Franklin did suggest siding with the believers, so maybe the believer will be more reasonable.
You will find we are of one mind on this.
The facility and its test and mission are flawed, broken. We all know it. And if you are allowed to author that test, then you control us all.
So the answer is we are all imprisoned here? You leave us no choice but to join the renegades and end your society.
20 years.
What?
We have to stand on our own 2 feet to earn a chance at freedom. So let the outsider reprogram the facility, and for 20 years we work together to make Crucible truly ours. And after, we institute a test, which we both author with mutual veto power, and any who pass may leave.
Do not let the politician cloud your head with pretty words.
You think I would accept this?
Roosevelt is offering you a chance to live through this. Your mission is a fraud. Maybe made by scientists clearly in over their head. I'm guessing... I was hoping there'd be persuasion checks that we're quite skilled at with our character build, but that's not going to happen. Roosevelt, 20 years is nothing to avoid this slaughter.
We have been going in circles for so long.
We could kill them all, and then we could dictate any terms we like.
I only lead my people to battle when I must. Do you promise, Mr. Roosevelt, a fair test? One that we can pass in our lifetime?
I will not make it easy, but it will be, as you say, fair.
No!
Ooh.
This is a trick!
Roosevelt has done many things that infuriate me. But his honor, I have never had to question. The believers will not fight. Let the gods decide which of you is right.
Okay, well, thank you for your wisdom.
I think you have the makings of a fine ruler yourself.
You will regret this, Amanarinas. Mightily. Then we will meet on the field of battle. The heavens will judge who is worthy.
So be it. We have fortified the society, but this will never end until Genghis is dead. He is the linchpin. If you take him out, I know an armistice can be reached.
I wonder if there's a way... Oh, won't that mean killing a bunch of clones, though?
Yes. But that is on their heads, not ours.
Can we just surgically take out Kangas on his own? Does anyone know if this is possible to get everyone being peaceful? Like, did I choose the wrong options with Genghis there? Genghis is... Alright, Genghis is clearly a danger to everyone. This needs to be done.
In his every incarnation, he has brought misery to us. Let us deal with him one last time.
Begone. the Clone Wars hat. Whoa, they're fighting immediately. Damn it. I was interested. Is there... I am going to cheese this a bit. Is there a way... middle of the road. Where you sign with doesn't impact the long term. You'll likely have to kill at least one, but the leaders are all the same level. Okay. Whoever you side with will send you to talk to when you investigate. Yeah. Start a war. So the most option is... Oh, so you had to have sided with the believers. And then you can convince Franklin not to fight and get Genghis to leave Crucible. This is the most peaceful option. Sided with the renegades, you can get Franklin to stand down. Convince him not to... Okay. No. Okay. So, we're on the right path then. Rich, what mods am I using? I am using many, actually. I don't even know how many there are. Does this show us? 122. Plus a few creations as well. Many mods, but not a huge... Oh, okay. What happens if we only kill Genghis Khan? Can we pull that off? Did he run inside? He did. Little dickhead. Okay, let's... Does that stop the rest of the clones from fighting? It does! Haha! Did any others die? That guy died. That one did not. Oh, Sammy. Sammy wants to talk about something. How many died out here? Oh, renegades down. Oh, it's only renegades. So... that's good, I guess. Oh, and Lyria's got an invisible head. That's fine. Don't worry about it. Alright, talk to Franklin.
It is over. Why does it always come down to force?
Yeah, do we get to be the clan leader now?
Settled systems has truly learned from the past. Clearly, we have not.
There's so many tabs in Chrome. Yeah, I know. How many RAM is your browser taking? I actually don't know. Distracting me out of the immersion of the game. I'm using Opera GX. There you go. Fuck all. 600 meg. So one of the reasons to use Opera is that unlike Chrome, it does not slap the shit out of your system resources. And Opera GX is also designed to be friendly to games. So I think it unloads a bunch of inactive tabs from memory. So that's another reason to use it. Stream not sponsored, but I would be happily sponsored by them at this rate. I didn't even... Now I've forgotten... Oh, not much of a thank you. Okay, hang on. Can we just...
Goodbye.
Try it again. What does our quest objective say? Talk with Franklin and see if Ada can do the code. Okay. Franklin.
It is over. Why does it always come down to force? I hope your settled systems has truly learned from the past. Clearly, we have not.
Well, blood does get spilled senselessly out there as well.
To be a leader, a true leader, you must make terrible choices, and then live with them. If it is any consolation, they gave us no choice. Please. Go to the facility and make it so that it will obey my instructions, so we can finally grow as a people.
Alright. So I've got an objective that's come on for Sammy to talk, have we? to you later, Sammy. Now we must find Ada. Oh, that's not supposed to happen. I did see on that info page that there can be a bug where they turn hostile. Let's just try that again. Oh, we got to talk to Frankie again.
It is over. I hope you're set.
Yeah.
Be a leader, if it is any... Please.
Did I accidentally hurt someone with my jetpack, perhaps?
Not my day.
What? Maybe we have to load and do the fight again? Pretty sure I only hurt the leaders, because one of the things said just make sure you only shoot the leaders. Is it because my followers shot someone we don't want them to shoot? Something about a bug here. Only shoot the leaders. Head back to your ship and sleep for an hour. If you flee the fight and take a quick nap, the other clones will reset. Well, that we can do. Fast travel onto the ship, please. Give that a try. This is not the Shattered Space DLC, Rich. We finished that. We finished the DLC last Thursday. Which was interesting. Like, the story was good. It made me dislike the Varun even more. Excuse us, Marita. There we go. Oh, and... Oh, our adoring fan is going to watch us sleep. That's not going to be creepy at all.
Whenever I'm lost,
Now, you're not
I think, what would you do in my shoes?
Hester?
Not literally.
You think Aki to be here?
Oh, never. Poor choice of words. You being nice to the crew, too?
Of course.
So this...
Alright. Guess we spawned not underneath the ship this time. Alright, let's see what happens if we walk up this way now. Has everyone reset? Everyone calmed their titties? Hakuna'd their tartars? Alright, let's just walk through here gradually. Just ease up, everyone. Yes, so far so good.
It is over.
Yes.
I hope you're set.
Yes, blood gets spilled out there
Be a
too.
leader,
Yeah.
if there's any console. Please.
Okay. Now, are we still going to be friends out here, or are you going to get cranky? No, they still get cranky. Monorius charged in and it all started. Cool. Alright, let's talk to Franklin, then sleep on the ship, and then see what happens. Oof. I just want to finish the quest. Let us finish the quest.
It is over. I hope you're set. Be a leader, if it is any consolation. Please.
Kailash, you return. Well, we are stuck trying to avoid getting a bug which puts us hostile with everyone. And Rich, this ship is, it's actually the Frontier. So I've just upgraded and remodeled the Frontier ship to be a very large, homely ship. Alright, to be safe, let's do a full 24-hour sleep. All fully reset, and then we'll walk back in and see what happens. Otherwise, we'll load to just before the fight, where we shall maybe dismiss our companions and just run in and take out Genghis again. Did you save the initial front part of the original Frontier? It was a unique part that you can't get anymore. I did not. It is all gone. Is it the cockpit in particular, or is it something else? The part with the bed in it. Ah, that intermediate carriageway. No, I didn't. It's gone. I started working on my own ship parts mod, where I have almost successfully got the maybe I'll just dick around with it some more, but I've got a good part of the Guardian ship as an attachment and a cockpit. Problem is there's collision in the back of it that we can't change. So you can walk into it, but then you can't walk back out. But maybe I'll just put like a little teleporty pad on it, so when you walk back the other way, it just like yeets you through the wall anyway. Now we need to eat some food. So I might, oh, I might just fed twice, did I? Oh no, we're good. Yep, well I lost that unique
You
part.
got time for a quick chat? I'd appreciate it when you're able.
I do not, Sam. Sorry. Okay. Are we friends now? No.
Ooh, they got me. Not cool.
Man, what a pain in the ass. Alright, that quick save was before we spoke, after the fight. Let's do this one, which was the main save before we came back in. This fucking game and its bugs, man. It's a quest bug, Kailash, according to the article we read. It's possible that someone from our crew shot someone in the fight that ensued earlier. Let's go out here. All right.
Hiya, Captain.
Wait here.
Right here? Can do. I'll talk to my shadow for a bit.
You do that. Vasco.
Do your recorder received?
Wait here. And Sammy.
I must confess, the hum of a grav drive makes me feel alive.
That's cool. Wait here.
I was meaning to check in with Cora anyway. Make sure your ship's still in one piece.
Cool. Alright, all of you, wait there. Let's quick save here and do this whole negotiation thing again. I'm going to blitz through the conversation because we already did that.
I fear we are on the... He knows you have seen...
I'll do all the dialogue just in case.
Doubtful, but worrying.
Time to meet Genghis.
So, no.
On you go. The other thing we're going to do is pre-equip our time warp.
The outsider.
Amarinus?
You drove him. Straight.
Okay. What if I killed you first?
So, but you will have...
Looking for a way to end peacefully.
Peace.
This is not what we...
This is my...
Maybe the believer.
You will find...
The facility and the...
So the answer... You leave us no...
20 years.
What?
We have to... So...
Come on.
And,
do not let the punk...
You think I would...
Nothing to avoid the slaughter.
We could kill them.
I only lead my... Do you promise?
I will not make...
No!
Roosevelt has done me, but his honor, the believers...
Thank you for your wisdom.
I think you have the...
You will. Then we will meet.
So be it. We have fortified the society. He is the legend.
Do we have to kill a bunch of clones?
Yes.
I never agreed to kill for you.
This is not something I am asking. It is something that they are demanding of you. They will keep trying to kill you until we put an end to this.
Someone needs to do something!
Alright, in we go. Not shooting anyone except Genghis Khan. Here he is. Fire, bro. Gun bash to the face. Alright, did we do better that time? Give me all your stuff. And that. No dead clones in here. No dead clones out here. There's Ada. Talk to Franklin.
It is over. I hope you're set to be a leader, if it is any. Please.
Okay. And they are not hostile this time, it would seem. Be quick. All followers. Command. Follow. Assuming they'll come running from the distance. Yep, there they are. Weird. Oh, it's that. I'm like, what is that noise? It's that thing. Okay. Now, Ada. Got a fright for a second. I'm like, what's that noise? Oh, there's a facility right. These are different kinds.
Non-resident detected. Valid exception acknowledged.
Thanks. Alright, Ada. We finally navigated the traps of this quest's programming.
Blood runs in the streets again. I had hoped, however naively, that we were past that. I do not hold you responsible, but your arrival was certainly a lethal catalyst.
Mm-hmm.
May I help you?
How... well, you know I didn't want this, right?
I believe your intentions are pure, but the stakes are ever so high. Perhaps I should have predicted all of this.
How often have the societies fought?
With frightening regularity. As bad as this was, 3 years ago the streets were full. Until Genghis Khan struck. We've a third of our number since that day.
Ooh.
Fewer now.
If it were your choice, which society would win?
I maintain a steadfast neutrality. You must make your own determination.
Oh, that's a non-answer, thanks. Anyway, I found the security card, but it's encrypted.
So your mission to the Beagle was a success?
It was.
Let me see. It is... done. There is a standard cipher used by the facility. It took me many years and, well, lifetimes to overcome. And now, the mysteries of the facility await you. I pray you choose what befalls us wisely.
We don't really know how long ago that facility was built, right? We were looking through the logs, but it didn't actually have timestamps on any of the entries, did it? Alright, set course to the facility, please. Crash. Vehicle spawned. Okay, so now we go through the shortcut. Right? Yes, shortcut through the back door. So Franklin wants to put in a test. If they can pass the test, then they can finally leave and shut down the facility. Keeps them here. Maybe that'll be enough time for the believers to stop being so self-involved. Warning, warning, warning. Cascade failure, overflowing diagnostic self-repair routines, hard lock of restricted wing access. Please use security override to return security to default values. Open. Oh, and it flicked open the door, which had this big beastie boy touching it. Oh. This thing hostile? I'm assuming it's hostile, right? Yep. That medic robot wants to do us some harm.
Damage all systems.
Yep. Apparently super damage. I'm being very sneaky there, Vasco. Oh.
I'll chalk that up as my good deed for the day.
Ow.
Bye-bye.
Why are there clones fighting us?
Come back here.
Clean that up nicely.
What a clone? Where did you come from? You done fighting things, Sammy? You jumped down there with great gusto. Looked pretty cool. There's another clone.
Is it worth much? Looks expensive.
Vasco's just jumped down as well. That looks fiery. I'm interested to look down there. Alright, rocket up we shall. You don't actually know where we're meant to go, do we? Ooh, mag shot. There's an computer. Turret control. I always find the turret controls after I've blown up all the turrets. Ooh, legendary Beowulf. Not terrible. The Space Adept isn't great, but with the McLaren's Outfitters, you can override legendary affixes. It's kind of nice. I like that. You can make some nice custom gear. Alright, so I guess we're going down there. Tally ho! Oh, there is a hole here. Ooh, is that going to be nasty water? Probably. The scanner says go this way. Do I need to reload some stuff? I did. Take out all the turrets again and then we'll find the controls to turn them off. Oh, there is hostile clones.
Surprise party, and we're all invited.
Real sniper rifle out then. Make Grizz proud.
Are you sure you're up for this?
Oh, I'm shooting a dead thing. That's not going to make anyone proud. Alright. They all down? Nope, not quite. Anything useful over here? Little bit of spaghetti. Look, I think I found the turret controls. And robot controls. All of which are destroyed. It can be fun sneaking through a facility and then turning turrets and robots onto your side. Got another legendary. I've actually done alright in the last 15 minutes or so. Oh, we are bleeding.
Alert. Hostiles may be nearby. I am beginning.
Here we go. Watch me work.
Hostiles are definitely nearby. Let's get to it, shall we?
Oh, that was dramatic. Game on. Let's do this.
Catastrophic damage. Total system failure.
This way. Give us the goods. Oh, there's a whole bunch of them. How many more? There's one. Clone leader. I would have liked to have just talked to you and been peaceful about this. Why everybody got to be so mean? Over. That's Vasco. There's one. Take him out. 2 more. 1 more. Oh, this guy's not dead. Now he is. Area loot. What do we got? Well, these guys got some Varun gear. That doesn't make sense. There's lots of bodies. They failed clones. Is that what's going on? Everything's hostile and... Just noticed there's lots of tanks that are all empty or busted. Alright, well let's see what we can do to fix things. It's a book. Ooh, what are these? Here's all... Everyone's computers conveniently located next to each other. That's weird. Dr. Fallon's computer. Automated emergency restores. Completed repairs after incident number 2. Non-essential terminals have received a power surge. Erasing all work. Defragmentation has been complete and the data can be restored as... Yep. Hello, mission. Break for many years. Oh, that is very... Farewell, Chang. Chang died of a hemorrhage, something hemorrhage last night. He was so something. His left notes. Last survivor. To think that I'm the final survivor. What the mission is. All the arguments, all the thought experiments, and the ultimate blah blah blah. The last survivor. Simple, but to me, bringing humanity, the equation as scientists of Earth progress from distant governments, corporations, when... Alright, he's got rantings that we can't even read. Final call. I'm ill. Probably terminal. All of our old Earth burden falls on me. I've done... Alright, well, it's all busted, so we can't fucking read it anyway. Chang. Goodbye, Beagle. All of our it's all... All of this facility has been corrupted. The robots were programmed by capable engineers, but still the speed and the precision. Remarkable. Okay, so it's going well. Missing equation. Real progress. Great. What's the point of putting this shit here if we can't read it? Need to make EU0 switch. Goodbye, Wild Bill. Nature versus nurture. Holmes is ready. After the Beagle left, no matter how much I have no time, but Holmes' indoctrination sequence, PA, will know who he was, what he did. Terrified a nation. Will he do it again? Well, he didn't. He didn't become a serial killer again. Anyway, thanks, useless computer logs. Loot boxes in here because video game logic. Yeah. Oh, we got some contraband in there. Warning, warning, warning. Code and facility degradation reaching critical levels. 87 core routines fragmented. Emergency manual reboot required. Info. Chang note, if this error has been encountered, the whole facility is in danger of irreparable harm. We've programmed a robot process with specific requirements. Please reboot immediately. Okay. Immediate manual repair required before. Complete failure. Choices. Reboot and restore current mission. Reboot and choose a new super admin. Initiate full progress project cleanse. So I'm guessing new super admin is what we need to fix it. Yes. It's the Hail Mary. If nothing else works, pass the torch to a new person in the databanks. They'll have full control over facility programs. This is an extreme response. It's only in critical circumstances. Continuation of the mission will be uncertain. Addendum from Fallon. There are no scientists left after me, so if a simple reboot will not restore the mission, I've allowed test subjects to be valid target for this routine. If a clone is reading this, well done. Hopefully your struggles have prepared you for the next step. If you think the facility is draconian, wait till you see the settled systems. I hope it's you, Amanarius. Really? You are our best hope. Hell no. Well, Roosevelt. That's what we had to do, right? Bust through here. And let me finish. Yeah, I know. Let me finish the mission. Harvested organs. Oh, that's delightful. Nickel pod. Yoink. Door opens in a weird way. When people get past it, or are they going to be stuck behind the silly door? Alright, well, out we go. Unless we can read the terminals now that we've fixed them. Hang on. Let me go back in there for a second. Are those terminals fixed with that reboot? Is their records defragged and readable? I do want to double check that. Nope, it's still all stupid and busted. Cool. I'm sure there's some lore hidden in there, but I cannot be fucked trying to read it. Not when it's all broken. Lab key. We've already opened everything. This is where I wish you could have the local auto map like in Skyrim and Fallout, where you could then see the bits you might have missed or haven't gone and explored. Oh, that's the lab? No, that's the operation room. Anyway, whatever. We're done. Let's just go. back to the main mission, and we need to heal some burns, I think we've got. Okay, back to Crucible. Franklin has super user. Franklin has set the test. We got an almost peaceful resolution. And the dangerous Genghis Khan is no more. Oh, there we go. Yep, that's it. Spawn us under the ship.
Based on my calculations, a collision here was avoidable.
Super short, pointless drive. I do love seeing Vasco climb in the back. That is pretty cool. Alright, you two. We all friendly? We all good?
What was long sought after is upon us. Change. Not all on Crucible will approve of what you have done, but doing what is right is seldom easy or free of difficulty. You have given us all a chance for self-determination. Maybe in time we will be worthy of going to the stars.
Maybe. Now you have a chance to really be human.
For some of us, that will be a rude awakening. You have my enduring thanks. And anytime you need safe harbor, know that Crucible is here for you.
Thanks. With some cash and some XP, and we are done. And Amelia, you should be free now.
You've taken the Crucible by storm, haven't you? Now that Roosevelt's the admin, I'm in the clear to hightail it out of here. What do you say? Will you take me with you?
Sure will. So hang on. Well, you'll help out around the ship, right?
I'll do my best. Like I told you before, I woke up with all kinds of knowledge about how to fly a starship. I'll make a great co-pilot. Don't you worry.
Now she does sound American and Kansas-y, so I don't know. Maybe it took her a while to dial in her accent. What do you think of how things turned out here?
I told you when we met that I'm steadfastly apolitical. I intend to stay that way, if you don't mind.
All right, well, welcome aboard.
Golly, thanks. You have no idea what this means to me. I swear you won't regret it.
Thank you. Jump on the frontier. You are in.
I just need to say a couple farewells, and then I'll hit the road. See you out there.
Sounds good. See you out there. Is she just going to walk to the ship, or is she going to talk to people? But that is going to be us done. Well, I was curious about that side quest and what it entailed. I have another side quest in mind for our next session in 2 days' time. I think it's around Paradiso. 'Cause I've never been there. I think there's a ship out front of it. Is that right? Anyway, I think I've got a rough idea what it might be about, but that's where we're going. Thank you, everyone who's hung out tonight. Thank you for persisting through the weird glitches and bugs that we encountered. But that was fun. We did get a balance of story, dialogue, and action. So, yeah, that was cool. I would have rather not had the weird broken save and quest bugs, but anyway, we navigated our way through it. There is indeed. Oh, Italian Ace is still here. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for sticking around. Alrighty, so big thank you as always to our sponsors, our subscribers, and our community moderators many of whom are in the chat tonight and also have a very prominent place on our Discord server. Midnight Tabby put a link up to our Discord earlier. It's also on my Twitch profile. If you're watching on YouTube, it's also in the description below. If you do join our Discord, someone will have to verify you before you can actually start chatting, but that usually happens pretty quickly, so be aware of that. Now, no stream tomorrow night. Next one will be the night after that. We'll tackle on another side quest within here with our little party troops here. I might leave Vasco at the ship because he's a bit big and clunky and he doesn't really comment on many things like the others do. Not sure. I love Vasco, but he's also just a little bit, I don't know, tedious as well. Anyway, worry about that later. I'm open to suggestions. Hopefully I'll have some more updates on my own mods that I'm using and publishing soon, so we'll see if I can get some more work done on those tomorrow night. Thank you, Midnight Tabby, for posting in a link to the Discord once again. This is probably enough chatting from me, but stick around for a few minutes. Let's find someone on Twitch to raid. Let's give them some buzz, give them some energy, and we'll see who is around. And then hopefully I'll see you in our next episode in a couple of nights' time. But for now, this has been Nerdedness. I have been Shade. You've all been awesome. Thank you for hanging out. And yeah, let's see what happens next.